45 years.
Ahead on Primetime, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero has placed Guam in condition of Readiness 3. Plus, the Monoclonal Antibody Treatment Center opened up today in Manilao. Daniel Perez has the story. And the vaccination deadline for Gov Guam Executive Branch employees is tomorrow.
Hafa good evening, everyone. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan, and thanks for tuning in. Guam is now in condition of Readiness 3. The governor placed the island in Core 3 out of an abundance of caution as Tropical Depression 20W approaches the Marianas. At Core 3, government of Guam operations continues as normal. Additionally, a tropical storm warning remains in effect for Guam, Rototinian, and Saipan. According to the National Weather Service, Tropical Depression 20W is expected to make its closest point of approach between now to 9 p.m. Neither typhoon force nor severe tropical storm force winds or 58 to 73 miles per hour are expected, but we should experience a low-end tropical storm with winds between 35 to 45 miles per hour and gusts up to 55 miles per hour. After its CPA, strong winds are expected to continue overnight, with rainfall amounts estimated for Guam of up to 2 to 4 inches and 3 to 5 inches for CNMI. Residents of the Marianas are urged to take necessary precautions. Joint Region Marianas has also established tropical cyclone condition of Readiness 3 for all local military installations. The CNMI Office of the Governor is shut down all government offices today at noon and through Friday because of the ongoing threat of Tropical Depression 20W. They also considered what they describe as the current vulnerability of our island as we continue to recover from Super Typhoon Yutu and Typhoon Mangkhut. They recommend non-critical government employees go home, take care of their families, and prepare for their heavy weather. The Northern Marianas College also closed their campuses for the day. They've also activated shelters on Saipan and Tinian at the Marianas High School, Kangmen High School, and Tinian Elementary School. Usually when storms come our way, it's the low-lying areas that are prone to flooding, and one of those areas is the southern village of Malesu. Mayor Ernest Chokoloff and his team are getting ready for whatever the tropical depression has in store.
DPW officials, they know the drill. It's just a matter of pre-positioning and activating the personnel when needed to remove the debris that are starting to accumulate that will be clogging the culverts. And once we are able to do that, we can avert the flood and minimize the effect. Whatever we can do, Mother Nature can offset. It's just a matter of doing what we've been doing in the past. No need to reinvent the wheel. We all know the drill.
A flood watch is in effect for all of the Marianas. There isn't any decision to open up any emergency shelters at any of the Guam schools as Tropical Depression 20W is moving west-northwest of the Marianas. Guam Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez said in a media meeting earlier today that schools are preparing for the bad weather.
At this point, schools are aware, as we all are, of the inclement weather, and so the administrators will be of course, securing their campuses and making sure that they take any necessary precautions, just as anyone would, just as a common sense preparation.
As of earlier today, face-to-face classes will continue to resume in scheduled cohorts for GDOE students on Monday, September 27th. A nonpartisan advocacy group is calling on the Office of Congressional Ethics to investigate 7 House members, including Delegate Michael St. Nicholas. The Campaign Legal Center alleges that the members broke the law by not filing required periodic transaction reports when trading stocks. Nestor Laconso reports.
In a letter to Office of Congressional Ethics Chairman Mike Barnes, the group charged that Congressman St. Nicholas made securities transactions in 2019 and 2020 worth between $15,000 and $52,370 without filing periodic reports within 45 days as required by the Stock Act. They said an investigation is necessary to determine if his failure to file was knowing and willful. The letter goes on to state that if members are not held accountable for late filing, many may simply wait until their annual financial disclosures to reveal stock trades and pay nominal late fees, thereby circumventing the law. It's a law meant to ensure transparency and to prevent congressional members from illegally profiting off of advance information. The allegations were first reported by National Public Radio, which identified the 7 House members, 5 of whom, including St. Nicholas, are members of the powerful House Financial Services Committee. The Campaign Legal Center alleges that St. Nicholas engaged in the stock sales after he was elected vice chairman of the committee. It further alleges that he may have knowingly violated the law because at the time there were widely publicized reports of high-profile insider trading allegations against several U.S. senators. We reached out to Congressman St. Nicholas, who said he did disclose the exact trades that are referenced and that he is also consulting with legal counsel on the matter. The CLC concludes its letter stating that it believes Delegate St. Nicholas was aware of the requirements and his failure to timely file the transaction reports violates the Stock Act. It asks the Ethics Office to open a preliminary review to determine if it was both an intentional violation of the law and of House rules. The statute provides for a fine of up to $250,000 and 5 years imprisonment for knowingly and willfully making any materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statements. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero has been tapped to serve as Public Health Interim Chief Medical Officer. He fills the position left by Dr. Felix Cabrera, who as of September 17th is on an unpaid extended leave of absence due to personal health reasons. Dr. Leon Guerrero is a longtime local pediatrician and has been with the agency as a physician and immunization advisor. He has been practicing medicine in Guam for almost 40 years. Dr. Bob says treating patients and educating them about preventative measures has been more than just a passion but a calling. He hopes to continue the legacy of his father, Robert Leon Guerrero, who served as the director of DPHSS in the early 60s. Dr. Bob was also one of the first island residents to be vaccinated when the vaccine became available locally last December. The Monoclonal Antibody Treatment Center has finally opened its doors. With more is Daniel Perez.
The Infusion Center for the REGEN-COV treatment opened today at the Manilao Senior Center. Dr. Louis Cruz of the Guam Guard told KUAM what patients can expect.
Anybody that's coming through this door is COVID positive, and they have been referred either from the TGen testing site or from their primary care providers at one of the clinics or from the hospitals. We're starting small, maybe about 10 to 15 per hour, but we do have the capacity to scale up to about 20 patients per block, so there will be a block of 2 hours.
This treatment is dependent upon the supply of REGEN-COV. Dr. Cruz explains how the treatment works.
The monoclonal antibody treatments are laboratory-made proteins, laboratory-made antibodies that help your body fight off the COVID-19 virus. The antibodies find the virus, neutralize the virus, and thereby killing it off. By decreasing your viral load in your body, patients get better quicker, and it prevents them from being hospitalized. This treatment is effective as up to 70%.
Dr. Cruz assured island residents more REGEN-COV is on the way, but he acknowledged the difficulties involved with shipments of it.
We're expecting more this week, up to 400 doses. So hopefully those shipments come in and they're viable and they're not outside the temperature range. So we're trying to make sure that the shipments are coming in and that we're tracking them.
Dr. Cruz said there is discussion about other infusion sites being opened.
We do have those sites identified, and the FEMA team, the FEMA monoclonal antibody team will be here hopefully this weekend, and we can work with them to identify more sites if necessary.
The treatment will be administered by injection. Over 200 patients have been treated and none have had any adverse reactions. The infusion center will be open Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
Tomorrow is the deadline set by the governor for all executive branch employees to get vaccinated or submit to weekly COVID-19 testing. As far as medical and religious exemptions, Public Health hasn't even begun approving requests because forms are still under review. Public Health Public Information Officer Janela Carrera.
The Attorney General's office has completed their review of that document. And so now it's back with the Department of Public Health. And so it's still with our office, and we are also completing our review of that particular document. And once that review with us is completed, then we can also release it to the public, and so that anybody who wants to seek a medical exemption or religious exemption can also use that form.
Additionally, if you've ever had COVID-19, it doesn't mean that you are automatically exempt from getting the shot. You will still have to submit a doctor's clearance. As for line agency employees who are approved for an exemption, they will still have to submit to weekly testing. There's no word when Public Health will make the forms available. Since the start of the governor's mandate, businesses have seen a decrease of customers from 30 to 40% to as high as 85%. President of the Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association, Mary Rhodes, spoke about funding to help keep Guam's businesses afloat.
Where's the rest of the funding for the restaurant revitalization fund, and how much more can we ask of the CARES Act and the rescue plan dollars that hasn't been spent? Because right now the plan with the government is to spend a lot of it within the government, and we need to be able to provide them more funding and more support, because their hands are tied. And so they are essentially being closed down for reasons that are beyond their control. And so the government needs to answer for that and then also provide the support.
The Tourism Attraction Rescue Plan aims to provide financial assistance to those businesses that need it the most. Senator Frank Blas Jr., Tony Ada, Joe San Augustine, Chris Duenas, and James Moylan expressed their support for this initiative. President Biden's announcement this week that he plans to erase travel restrictions starting in November on fully vaccinated foreign visitors come as welcome news to the Guam Visitors Bureau. In a regular meeting today, GVB Chairman Milton Morinaga suggested it could be a game changer, although they still need to know more details about the new rules.
That makes a lot of difference in how people's travel pattern would change. Because a major issue still yet is the three destinations that I saw the market, our primary market. We all talk about family, but family is with kids. But we have not addressed how we're going to take care of kids that's traveling with the parents. So if we're going to target family too for our primary market, we need to consider that.
In addition to proof of vaccination, the White House said tourists will be required to take a pre-departure COVID-19 test within 3 days of their flight and show proof of a negative result before boarding. Another negative test result will be required 3 to 5 days after arrival. Passengers will not be subject to quarantine upon arrival. Once again, we invite you to voice your view on our social media with our daily question. Today's question: how should we support more of our frontline workers given reports of burnout? We'll share some responses on the link tomorrow morning. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
100% truck, 100% Jeep. Experience next-level off-roading on your new Jeep Gladiator, the most capable off-road midsize pickup truck crafted for adventure, equipped with best-in-class towing capacity, legendary 4x4 Jeep capability, and backed by Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Drive home in a 2021 Jeep Gladiator today, starting as low as $315 per paycheck during Jeep Adventure Days. Visit carsPlusGuam.com to get pre-approved online today. Terms and conditions apply. Cars Plus, driven by you.
My name is Cecile Olandez. I am a University of Guam women's basketball coach and a Government of Guam employee. I'm happy that Select Care is back with GovGuam. They were the first to offer the health wellness program and incentives such as the free gym memberships. For me, what's important is living a healthy lifestyle and staying active. So going to the gym and being rewarded as a member helps me to perform and train to my best abilities. It's an easy choice.
GovGuam employees and retirees. Enroll now.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
When making the new Kentucky Fried Chicken sandwich, people asked how I felt about burger places selling fried chicken. I'd say that's none of my business. Just like making fried chicken is none of theirs. Get the new Kentucky Fried Chicken sandwich. It's finger-licking good.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back. In another big step toward construction of a new hospital complex, the governor has sent her official funding request to the Interior Department to engage the services of the Army Corps of Engineers. During a recent visit, U.S. ACE District Commander Colonial Eric Marshall recommended starting with a charrette. That's the initial planning stage that he said was a key step in any major construction projects they do. Governor Leon Guerrero's request is for $3 million to bring together experts that will come up with recommendations for building a major medical campus in Manilao. Separately, lawmakers are scheduled to discuss a bill to fund the design and construction during legislative session, which starts tomorrow. Peter Kafianis and Doreen Esther Cataro pled not guilty to drug charges during an arraignment hearing in the district court Thursday morning. A federal indictment was handed down against them on Wednesday. The two were officially charged with conspiracy to distribute and attempted possession of methamphetamine. Kafianis faced an additional charge of possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. Both were remanded to the custody of the U.S. Marshals. Trial was set for November 30th. More meth in the mail, but none at the port. That's what Guam Customs is seeing this year. Here's more.
Guam Customs Chief Ike Pareto saying his agency has been on the receiving end of some not-so-special deliveries. Drug dealers shooting their shot, putting meth in the mail.
January to present, we have already recorded over 130 pounds of meth that was seized at the borders. And I will say again, 90% of the seizures are coming from the post office.
The 131 pounds of crystal methamphetamine seized so far this year surpasses the 120 pounds of meth Customs took in all of 2020. Customs taking the high road, seizing roughly 160 pounds of marijuana.
Marijuana shipments are still coming into the postal system, and we're working on that.
Pareto credits Customs K-9 drug detector dog unit for doing most of the heavy lifting on seizures, but he also said he's recently lost 2 experienced K-9 handlers to federal customs. Meanwhile, still no drug bust by Customs at our island's largest port of entry, the Port Authority of Guam.
We haven't seized any drugs at the port other than just a mere, we had an alert down at the port last week with one of our detector dogs, and we came across paraphernalia on some of the vehicles that were being imported, especially privately owned vehicles.
Pareto confirming a used ice pipe was found in a vehicle shipped into the port last week, but as far as meth, he says there hasn't been a seizure at the port in years. In fact, in a 2019 KUAM interview, Pareto said there have not been any drug seizures at the port since 2017. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Government employees cannot quit their jobs to avoid random drug testing and expect to be retained or rehired. A bill by Senator Tony Atta attempts to prevent circumvention of the process by requiring that anyone who resigns must take the test first or forfeit their right to ever work for the government again. Sponsor Atta and Senator Joanne Brown explain.
This bill would just close the loophole that few employees use to avoid drug screening. The assumption is that the illicit drug user would rather miss 30 days of work rather than permanent loss of government employment.
And I've overseen several government of Guam agencies of where when there is designated testing, including law enforcement, you have individuals all of a sudden that particular day that are resigning because they don't want to be tested or choose not to be tested. And then they wait out their time. They wait out the political process. They wait for the new administration. Perhaps they are able to connect with that new administration, and then they get rehired back.
Brown says this is especially important for positions such as law enforcement or other jobs that involve protection of life and property. The Guam Election Commission will be moving to a new office in Tamuini by the end of the month after nearly 45 years at the GCIC building in Hagåtña. It will save the commission some $27,000 a year in rent. The new GEC HQ will be at the Oka building on Farrenhall Avenue near the Mega Drug Pharmacy. The office will be closed from September 27th through the 29th for the move. Normal operations will resume at 8 a.m. on the 30th. Island residents can learn this week how to garden, upcycle materials, and prepare a garden for natural disasters. Guam Sustainable Culture's AmeriCorps program is hosting a variety of workshops promoting sustainability at the Guam Green Growth Community Garden across from the Hagåtña Post Office. GSC co-founder and president Michelle Crisosimo says Sustainable September is a month-long exploration of all things sustainable.
We have our AmeriCorps members that are focusing on healthy futures and environmental stewardship. We recruited them at the start of this year, and they're ready to, we've been training them, and they've been helping build this garden in Hagåtña across the post office. And now they're ready to start their outreach from the things that they've learned throughout the process. And so they're going to be sharing with the community about a lot of sustainable things. And so this week, and you have the schedule too, but this week it's a lot of upcycling of materials that you can use in your garden, how to prepare your garden for natural disaster, and then also just teaching them how to garden in raised beds, because that's what we're doing in Hagåtña, is showing people what they can do with raised bed gardening if they might have lack of space or soil to grow in the ground.
It will continue through Saturday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. A link to register can be found on our website. Jamaican Grill hit another milestone as they opened up their 4th location yesterday on the island in Mungi Town. Here's more. Island residents have another place to grab a bite with family and friends in Manilao as the Jamaican Grill restaurant opened its doors officially to the public today at the intersection of Route 10 and the entrance to the Guam Community College. In Jamaican Grill tradition, the franchise held a grill lighting ceremony yesterday to celebrate this accomplishment. Frank Kenny, the co-owner of Jamaican Grill, explains what opening the restaurant means to him 26 years later after opening the first location at Chamorro Village in Hagåtña in 1994.
It's a very humbling experience, especially that we're able to do this during this COVID recovery era still. Right. We got knocked off our block like every single restaurant on the island of Guam.
It took 24 months to open this restaurant. The project was put on pause in March of last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Kenny, usually it takes 9 to 10 months to open a new restaurant after signing a lease. The new restaurant is 4,000 square feet and aims to serve the residents, students, and workers in Mungi Town and the southern region of the island. It also has a student shack that offers event space for private, corporate, or educational events. Manilao Mayor Alan Nagata welcomed the restaurant to the village, saying this will provide more job opportunities within the area.
Very beautiful beauty, and we are proud. I'm proud. I'm pretty sure all the community, the constituents here in this community are grateful. And also, with regards to this big establishment being the 4th and within the accommodations of the indoor dining and so forth, it adds into the community. It infuses also as well into the community by providing sustainability with jobs like these mentioned earlier.
This restaurant employs some 35 full-time hourly wage workers, plus 6 including the management team. Jamaican Grill has about 159 employees overall. For dine-in, all restaurants are open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and for takeout from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Birthday shoutouts in sports is up next. Stay tuned.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes
affects you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Thanks for the Big Mac.
Yeah, thanks for driving. Wait, what are we listening to?
Get it at McDonald's when you get 2 of your faves for just $6.
So you went to Mickey D's and didn't either. Man, that's wrong. But you're all right.
Get it at McDonald's when you get 2 of your faves for just $6.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Ed Owingerang, 2009 graduate from Southern High School, stationed here on island, serving in the U.S. Coast Guard. This was your first time making it on the all-Navy triathlon team?
The Navy triathlon team, every year they put out a annual solicitation for triathletes to apply for. They select all the top applicants to, to vie for the all-Navy triathlon team. Being for the Coast Guard, working with the Coast Guard, we do not have our own triathlon team, so therefore they take Coast Guard submissions as well. And then every year they prep for the Armed Forces Championship in Ventura County, California, at the Navy Air Station that's out there.
Well, you finished 28th overall with a time of 2 hours, 19 minutes in the most recent competition held on September 11th.
I'm somewhat of a specialist when it comes to triathlon. Cycling is my strength. I think they use me for my cycling abilities. It is a draft legal triathlon event. So my one mission was, as soon as I come out of the swim, was to look for my first teammate and help him on the bike portion so he can draft off me, so he can save all his legs for the run, which will count. And the faster he runs and the higher he places overall, the better score our overall team will get. And I'm happy to say that I was able to accomplish that mission, contribute to the all-Navy team winning first place overall over the other military branches that were in attendance.
You are a professional cyclist for Guam's only UCI Continental team, Euro Cycling Trips, CMI Pro Cycling team. The great thing is you qualified for the Xterra World Championships to be held in Maui.
This is a pretty interesting year with COVID due to the lack of opportunity to travel. The way to get in and have a chance to compete in the World Championships for Xterra in Maui, Hawaii, there was a wait list and a lottery, and 2 of us actually got in off the wait list from Guam, which is pretty exciting. It's myself and Jennifer Camacho, and we both will be prepping for these next 3 months to represent Guam at the World Championships.
You're looking at competing in the elite.
Right now, with the COVID restrictions, like I said, there's an opportunity for me to compete at the elite division at the World Championships to represent Guam with my professional cycling credentials that I do have. So that is an acceptance. Right now, Guam Cycling Federation President Eric Taidinko has sent them an email with my request. And so far, I meet all the prerequisites. So I'm waiting just to hear back. And really exciting at the moment. I got a lot of support out here in Guam with all my sponsors, with Bike Fix, Cars Plus, Ram Trucks, and the Bridge Fitness, and they're all behind me 100% in preparation for Xterra World Championships.
Keep it locked to the stations of KUAM for all your NFL action. We get you started early in the morning, Monday, September 27th at 3 a.m. NFL on CBS, KUAM TV 11. Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then at 10:20 in the morning, change it over to KUAM TV 8 for some Sunday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
Guam was once home to over 12 native species of forest birds, each with their own unique sound, color, and role to play in our ecosystem. However, the arrival of the brown tree snake has threatened their existence. Today, only 3 of these species still exist in the wild. But what was once lost can be restored. Join the Department of Agriculture's efforts to restore our ecosystem.
This is an epic barbecue burger. Ouch! What?
Nothing, you're good. Face is good. Face is good. Your face is there.
Try my barbecue bacon double cheeseburger combo. Only at Jack in the Box.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of the birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday on this rainy Thursday. I know, I'm sorry about that, guys. Not our fault here at KUAM, but no one can take away the sunshine, or the cake, or those cool little party hats when it's your birthday. So on September 23rd, we say happy birthday to Pia Ree Bernardo Cruz, who celebrates birthday number 4. And to my one and only Smarty Pants, may the good Lord continue to bless and guide you. Continue to be the bright, smart little girl you are today and every day. Stay safe, little one. Love you, Bula. Always, Grandma Vicky, Papa Roki Cruz, and your Cruz family in Sinaanya. Very, very nice. Matthew Macias and Jay Ryan Macias, happy birthday, Jeepa Matt and Jay Ryan. We love you both and wish you both the best day ever. Love the entire family. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's a great shout out. Kiana J. Clark, happy birthday number 19. Enjoy your special day. I'll see you soon with lots of love. Gavin Beharana sends you that one. And Ira Shane Charpers, happy birthday number 23 to Ira. You continue to make us proud, and we love you so much. Say Dad, Mom, your siblings, and families. A great 4-pack of birthday celebrants, and we wish each and every one of you the very best day today.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. Thanks for watching. Good night and stay safe.
Local Music Mashup, sponsored by Burger King. BK Your Way.